So Jody, from your perspective, tell me how you think the perception, maybe we should even take a step garage contract.
Well, the last contract was wonderful. We gave away 150 some cars and to licensed drivers. So that's pretty much all of our contracts throughout New England that we have. This new contract, it's got off to a slow start, but we've got many people in driving school. From the applications that I'm getting from people, I see that a lot of them are in entry level or low paying jobs, and having their license, I've heard from management of the people, their supervisors and people at the company, that a license will give them so much more opportunity within the company, or getting more hours, or even going to apply for better positions within the company. So I think this new driver program is going to be very successful.
You know, that's part of what Empower New Haven does best. Is it's critical to us to make sure that we're digging down deep, to make sure that we truly find out what the needs are of the community, the true needs. And that first contract, which, as you stated, gave 152 cars to licensed drivers, the feedback that we were receiving was insurmountable in identifying the fact that there were still many barriers to folks who could not even get in the door because they did not have a license. So we're very proud of the fact that this program has emerged to include the fact that we now cover the expenses for the person to go to driving school. We also cover the fees for them to take their license. We pay for the license. We even pay a portion of their insurance. Is there anything that I'm missing? I mean, we give them a car at the end of the day.
Exactly.
It's just, I mean, it's a well-rounded contract to really impact the lives of so many, and I'm so happy that the gates are open and folks are really recognizing it. The word is out and people are knocking on the door to ask, you know, if they're eligible.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's wonderful.
In the application process, can you talk a little bit about that?
I've kind of revamped it lately, where I used to meet with clients and go through an application, but I've been mailing clients' applications to be returned to us with a couple self-addressed stamped envelopes, which is working very well. The clients, I'm asking them to call me if they have any questions. I'm following up after 2 weeks with a phone call to see if they have any questions. It seems to be working much smoother and more convenient for the clients, because the clients always, I mean, they might not be able to take off a couple hours or a day or to come and meet with me in this office here. But so far, that's working pretty good. I've gotten good responses in the last month.
What type of documentation do you require that folks submit along with their application? So when we're preparing their application, what would they need to give you? So give me some examples so folks will understand what they need to prepare.
Sure. They need their DMV ID with the address of the empowerment zone. They also need their pay stub with 35 or more hours on it. They need their birth certificate, Social Security card for themselves and any minor children. And they also need a proof of address, such as a utility bill, lease, phone bill, anything that's an official piece of mail.
So it's not an extensive list.
No.
And generally, what would you say the turnaround time frame is for folks to get all their documentation in, for us to do the internal review, and then to receive notice that they've been approved?
It all varies on the client, but if somebody gets all their information in, I actually spoke to somebody 3 weeks ago. I sent them an application, they got it back with everything, and we're actually going to review it this afternoon. So that could be a pretty fast one. Some clients don't read everything or hear everything that's needed, so there's some follow-up, so that might take a little while. Birth certificates are a hard thing. Sometimes you got to reorder them, or even Social Security cards. So that might take some time too. Or visits to the DMV to get a new ID if they have moved or.
And the DMV ID is the Connecticut State non-driver identification card.
Correct.
You want to talk about eligibility, age requirements, and requirements just to be eligible for the program?
Sure. The age requirement, they have to be over 18. They can never have had a Connecticut license or a license. So they're brand new drivers. Some of the clients I'm talking to have attempted to go to driving school.
Okay.
However, it's an expensive thing.
Yes, it is.
The cost we cover is about $600. So just that alone is an expense that a lot of people don't have that. They must live in the empowerment zone, so that's the first question. And they must have a very difficult commute. And there's a lot of single moms out there with 1 or 2 kids that, you know, might have to take a bus to the daycare, drop off one kid, take a bus to the school, drop off another child, then a bus downtown, then transfer and go to another, you know, location for their job.
Or there's just issues with safety. You know, some people working late at night, 11 o'clock, walking, you know, maybe might be just 3 or 4 blocks, but it's a tough neighborhood, and they've got kids. You know, we just want to make sure that we're preserving safety. And, you know, you've got several kids, you want to get them to the doctor visits and things of that nature. So I'm saying all this just so that folks will understand that it's an individual type of review. It's not cookie cutter.
Exactly. I ask a lot of questions about what they have to go through in their commute throughout a week. I mean, a lot of the clients that we talk to have different shifts. They might work daytime one week, nighttime the next week. Every day might be different.
Right.
I've talked to a couple clients that Monday is 6:30 to 3:30 and Tuesday is 3:30 to 11 at night. So
and split shifts.
Exactly.
And I've noticed on our applications too that quite a few people have positions outside of the city. They're taking the buses to the, you know, way out to the suburbs. Some people are as far out, I think, as like Westport.
Yeah. And
you
there's
know,
a
they're
lot
getting rides from people that work, you know, with them, and you know,
Yes.
what happens if that person doesn't go to work for a day?
Exactly. They have to take a day too. And there's a lot of opportunity in Wallingford, in Hampton. So people they want to take advantage and earn more money and get to good jobs.
And we want to help them.
Yes, we do. Yeah. Well, Carlah, you know that Good News Garage was started up in Vermont 10 years ago by a group of faith-based people came together and decided that without public transportation in Burlington, Vermont, and throughout Vermont, people really needed a car to get to a job. There was no other way to get to a job. So they came together and they started asking people to donate their cars. They had some garages that were willing to fix them, and they gave them to families in need. So we have expanded in the last 10 years throughout New England. We have an office in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and East Hartford, Connecticut. And that's where I operate out of. And it's been great. Our partnership with Empower has been for 5 years now.
That's right.
So that's a great history we have, and we're looking forward to the next couple of years.
Okay. So Jody, can you explain a little bit about the donation of the cars?
Yes. In Connecticut, we have worked very hard to accept almost every car.
Okay.
The only cars we probably don't accept are ones that might have a tree growing out of it or stuck in the backyard where a tow truck can't get to it. But we will accept any car. And anyone can call 877-GIVE-AUTO or they can go online, goodnewsgarage.org, and donate right online. We started online donation about a year ago.
Okay.
And we in Connecticut have been very successful. I think it's 60% that donate online.
Oh, that's lovely.
So, and that's great because it cuts down on staffing that we have to have. And actually, when they're online and sitting there, maybe late at night, putting in details, they give more details and they type them out themselves. So it's been wonderful. But we are always in need of cars. Cars that come in and we think that they would be good for a client, because we want cars to last a client a couple years, and this has to serve them. We put it in one of our partner garages. I'd say we have 8 garages throughout Connecticut alone that we work with to work on our cars. It goes through a 72-point safety check, make sure that anything to do with safety is fixed, and the car is very roadworthy. And once that car is ready to go, then we match it with the client, and we plan on delivering it.
Now, what's the warranty on the car to the client?
We have a 30-day warranty. So anything happens in that first 30 days, the client is supposed to call us immediately so that we can hear what the problem might be, and then match them up with a garage in their area that they can go to and make sure that everything is good. But we also encourage clients to call us anytime, anytime, and get our advice, because we do have those partnerships with garages, and we really want to make sure that the client is on the road to success.
Good. And what is the benefit to the person who donates the car?
Okay. Our program is very unique. There is not too many programs in New England, or in the nation actually, that have a car donorship program that helps families in need. Any car that is used in our program, the donor can take fair market value on their taxes. We provide them with the letter and the tax form that they need to file their taxes. Any car that comes into the program and is not used for the program, if it's salvage or wholesale, then the client gets to take that amount that it sold for, up to, $500 or less. They can claim up to $500.
Great.
One of my most important part of my job is the day of delivery. When I start with clients, the application phase, I get pretty, involved in their lives and finding out more about them and what their needs are. So by the time we match them up with the car and I give them the car details and they're so excited, and the day of delivery is pretty cool. There's some hugs and maybe some crying, and so it's really wonderful. And I'd say most of the clients, they're truly grateful for this gift, and they understand that it is a gift and it's going to help them. And it's great too to follow up with the clients, and some clients won't call you back, a couple months later, but some will call you back and just tell you everything they've done with their car in the last couple months. So it's very, very great. It's really great.
It's a huge impact on life. I know I was excited myself with this delivery of the first person who went through the non-driver contract. To be able to see that impact, that was huge.
Yeah,
that's huge. It's a good feeling.
I know when she got her car, she did a little dance. So.
Yeah, I'm sure she did. And you were very involved when I called you, and I've always been very appreciative of every phone call I make to you and your response. But the Katrina initiative, in particular, really hit the city by storm. That we had so many folks that came here that pretty much hopeless, and it felt so good to be able to offer up this program to people as they began to settle down, into trying to continue their lives in a foreign place.
Yes.
And maybe you could talk about that particular experience.
Yeah, and it was a little heartbreaking to meet with some of these clients and hear a little bit about what they've gone through, and they came here with nothing.
Sure.
Pretty much. They didn't have their ID, they didn't have pay stubs, they didn't have, that's something they had to start from scratch, and it was a tough thing. And also they moved here to find work, to find shelter, number one, to find work. So it was a bit of a process for them.
And you?
Yeah, definitely.
To be supportive to that.
Yes.
But
in the last year, I've made a lot of contacts with agencies in New Haven to spread the word about this new program. And part of the workshop that I go out and give to potential clients talks about Good News Garage, but also talks about all the other wonderful Empower programs, like the Saves program. And people, they have a hard time believing, oh, I can get a car for free?
Yeah.
You'll
What's
match
the catch?
money? Yeah, what's the catch? Yeah. So it's been really great to tell people and encourage them. Call the Empower office and talk to them.
Unfortunately, we are a program that receives our primary funding source is HUD, and we're a targeted program here to serve the higher concentrated levels of poverty. So I know that it somewhat breaks people's hearts sometimes when they're not eligible, when they're on the other side of the street, or when the address cutoff was 2 houses away from their house. And it's heartbreaking to be able to tell a person that they're not eligible for whatever particular program they're applying for. Empower certainly recognizes that we can't serve the problems of the world, but we're certainly trying to impact the lives within the frame that has been given to us. And the Good News Garage has been a wonderful partnership. We've made an impact on so far 157, maybe 158 lives.
Yeah.
And we're so proud to say it. And you know, this is a contract that moves forward into 2007. It's going to be here for a few months. So we really want as many people to, you know, knock on the door. I want to be able to send you as many people, you know, that will be able to apply for this program as possible. Just looking to spread the word in every venue possible, which is the reason why we're sitting here today.
Yes. Some of the agencies that I have visited in New Haven are Christian Community Action, New Haven Family Alliance,
The Male Involvement Network?
Yes, yes, and Strive New Haven, and I've even gone to do workshops at Equal Opportunity when they meet a couple times a year.
The Construction Workforce Program.
Exactly.
For CEO.
Exactly. And Marrakesh, I've been there a couple times, and I'm welcome to any agency that calls me and wants me to come and talk to a group of people that, you know, would be potential clients. I would love to do that. And anyone can call me in the East Hartford office, or even call here, the New Haven office.
That's right, we'll refer them.
Yes.
So that's a call out to agency leaders and agency administrators and agency staff who feel a need for their clients who have identified that we may be able to help. And so we're asking folks to please give us a call here at Empower New Haven, which is 203-776-2777. We would certainly refer you to Jody at the Good News Garage, or you can call Jody directly at
860-218-2970.